Okay, so this is part 2 of the re-uploads. It's gonna be, I think it's part 2 of 2. I don't think I had to, I think these are the only 2 I had to delete. Again, for many, many reasons, none of which I'll get into. Okay, so this is the re-upload of the Hard Time and Texas Blood video. That was the, I think it was 2/16 they got it. It was February. Now this one, none of these, both these I know nothing about. They were just books that looked interesting to me, especially Texas Blood. Well, especially Hard Time, but Texas Blood because it was $10 and it was a volume 1 image. And it looked interesting to me, too. Both look interesting to me, but again, that $9.99, especially because this is the only Texas Blood book, because it seems to be a mini-series, even though it says Volume 1. But yeah, it seems to be a mini-series, whether not intentional or not, and it was still $10. Like, there's another one that was a mini-series. There's 4 issues, 6 issues, that was $14.99. I'm still pissed off about that, because it was Image, too. And they're having volume 2 is coming out. It's like, what, it was like February or something? Next year, that's right, too. I thought I got, for a second there, I was thinking December. I was like, oh shit, it's out by now. Because I lose track of time, like with books like this, especially. Like Image books I don't know anything about. I think it was like Dead Hand, or it was Dead Blood, or whatever it was called. Dead Blood. Dead Arm. I remember it was the same, like, it was Dead something. I kept getting confused with that Kyle Higgins Image book. They're both Image books, as at least I'm pretty sure they were. Okay, so Hard Time. It's also by Steve Gerber. Again, none of these I've read. I am still super weird about that. For this, it was just because of the fact that I guess I wanted to read Howard the Duck, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna read Howard the Duck before. Even though you don't have to, obviously. They're 2 completely different stories. They're both by Steve Gerber. This one collects Hard Time 1 through 12, and then Hard Time Season 2 1 through 7. So a pretty thick book, but for $40, I feel like that is spit it out, fair. Because actually they have a Doomsday Clock 1 through 12. That collection softcover is $40, and they're actually gonna have like 2 hardcovers. Well, actually, one's $39.99, but 12 issues, and one's $34.99. I might just be getting that one. It's a Rorschach one by Tom King, and even though I haven't heard the best about his run, I still want to check it out because I'm a Watchmen. I'm a Watchmen completist, so I guess I'll be in the hole for the longest time because they're definitely gonna do a follow-up series, like a year later, maybe not even a year from now. Okay, so this one I hate. So the whole story behind this was that this was a, spit it out, USPS rather than Amazon themselves. And no, at least I don't think you can pick whether or not you want USPS or Amazon to deliver your package. Even though it still comes from Amazon, they're both Prime too. I gotta mention that too. They were both Amazon Prime books, and it was still USPS. This came a day late. A day late from Amazon, and you bet your fucking ass I was pissed. I actually did a USPS rant, which is still up on my account if you want to check it out. I still feel the same way. Because not only was it a day late, but it was in the package that they shoved inside my mailbox. Like, shoved it in there. It obviously could not fit because I had to shove it back out, and I think that's why there's a little thing here. I'm actually surprised it came in retrospect. I'm surprised it didn't come in worse condition. It came in a hell of a lot worse. And this one also has a small little blemish. You can't even really tell right here. And I always thought that meant when you open the book like this, and same thing for Hard Time, that'll come apart, like right there. That'll come apart, and then your binding would fall apart, or binding would fall apart, or the cover. And then Hard Time, same dealio there. It goes all the way around. That's why I really, really hate that getting soft covers from Amazon, because 9 times out of 10, there's at least one blemish on them. Do we need to go back to the infamous Punisher Max Volume 5 fiasco? Which I really should have kept that first copy. And that was just, it was completely fine. There was nothing wrong with it. But yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, and this one collects 1 through 6 of Texas Blood. Yeah, these were both ones I'd seen at Newberry. I just didn't have the money to afford them at the time. And I was like, let's check if they're on, let's check Amazon's price. And they were at a good price, so I got them right then and there. And I'm glad I did, except for the blemishes, of course, and arriving a day late. Not that it matters, it's not like I was going to read it. And that's why I wait, also. I am weird about it, but at least I have some sort of excuse. But even then, I'm to myself, I'm like, why not read it right now? Like, you've had it for, like, months. I have books from December I haven't read yet. And then, like, all of them, I think. I don't think any from December, from Christmas Haul, I've read yet. Like, obviously, there's some books from December I've read, obviously. I'm saying Christmas Haul. Birthday Haul, yeah, right. I'm so weird about it. And another thing is, I like going through, like, let's say, this isn't a great example, but Steve Gerber, I'd say, what library, what Steve Gerber books does my library have? And I'd read those beforehand. I'm so weird about that. And it's like the novelty, I guess you could say. Like, oh, I could read the Grant Morrison book I have right now, or I could see what my library has for Grant Morrison. And for Invisibles, that at least made sense. I want to read more Grant Morrison books to further justify to my other self that there was a good reason for why I bought it. Because there's two parts of me that are buying a book. The part of me that wants to buy it, and the part of me that doesn't want to buy it. The part of me that's always like, oh, well, this money, you could get this book instead. You know? So I'm never 100% satisfied with the book. Sometimes I'm pretty damn close, like with Sweet Tooth. But then the other part of my brain says, well, the library had it technically, which I did. I did check to make sure, and I do. But it might not be available. Like with I could have Invisibles on my hand, or they're Ex Machina on my hand. It's book 1, not volume 1. This is book 1. This is volume 1. See the difference? Great example, actually. That's it. That's those two re-uploads. Again, I'm hoping next video is probably gonna be reading recommendations slash no, actually no. Next video will probably be maybe all in one day. Complete August haul, then library slash reading recommendations haul, then like that again on Thursday, reading recommendations, library haul, and then hopefully on Friday I'll go shopping to the mall. Knock on wood, because there's a bunch of books coming out that came out this week, and I don't know how many more for next week. So there's that. That is it though.